Bob Michaels, Rance Seacrest with Greg Speroni from Big Fox TV. We have a scoreless game so far in this game, and well, if you joined us late, you didn't miss much. 4th and out, or 3 and out, multiple times for both teams. The defense has held the offense in check so far this evening.
Yeah, and Coach McAllis here going to make the decision. He is going to go for it from the Binghamton 34-yard line on a 4th and long, 5, perhaps even 6 yards. We'll see what he comes up with.
So going to work, and Collins gets hit. So he will be dropped back, and again, Corning will have to punt the football. Thanks to Seth Boho, who is calling the Owego Main Endwell game tonight, and right now Spartans are leading the Indians by a score of 8-0. 2-0 on the year. Had their stiffest challenge with Shenango Valley, and we'll be seeing them in a couple of weeks here in Corning. Actually, I believe it'll be next Friday. We'll recheck our schedule. Here's John Petrucci in the gun, and Devin Young carrying the football, and there are flags on the play.
So that's certainly thrown in the area of holding, so we'll see if that's what the officials have. No preliminary signal yet.
Yeah, that will be Shenango Valley next Friday, and we'll have Greg back videotaping game as well.
And that's going to be an illegal block in the back against Binghamton. Binghamton so far with 4 penalties now in this ball game, just opening the second quarter, so they're going to push them back.
So as they walk off the penalty, we want to remind you, Simmons Rockwell Ford dealerships in Hornell and Bath, New York. Sponsorship of tonight's game on WELM online at simmons-rockwell.com. Doug Geyer manning things in the WELM studio while the three of us get the best seat in the house, sitting up top, Memorial Stadium, and watching this game. So the Patriots on the penalty going back, they got a long way to go. It's 1st and long, all marked at about the 23-yard line. Petrucci rolling out to the right. Lots of time. He uncorks a pass, fires it, and it is complete to Lonnie Brown. Maybe 3, possibly 4 yards, but no more than that. And it sets up a 2nd down now, working the ball just across the 25-yard line. That is the Binghamton 25. So 2nd and about 25, 26. Petrucci ready again in the pocket, flushed out, little flare pass, and he just saves his life as there was a lot of pressure applied on him, and no protection back there whatsoever for John Petrucci.
Yeah, I didn't see a receiver out in the area, but it must be one of those. I thought maybe they were trying to set up a screen pass, but certainly nothing there. He just dumped it off, so we'll try again on 3rd and long.
Well, he checks the armband on his left wrist, Petrucci. He'll pass again in the pocket, now flushed out. Will run with the football to the right side, trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage, brought down at the 35-yard line.
So a nice decision there, about a 9-yard gain, but that's not going to be enough. It's going to be another 4th down for the Binghamton Patriots. So far they have punted 3 times, and they will line up for their 4th punt of the game. Their first possession, they did have 5 plays and resulted in 1 first down, but other than that, all 3 and outs, as you mentioned, Bob. So the Hawks defense doing the job so far tonight.
Matthias Heim looking back for a moment, and we have a procedure call on the field before they could snap the ball. It would appear it's called against Binghamton.
So, and as they step that one off against the Patriots, we got a score in from Vestal New York from our good friend Andy Scott, friend of RLM Sports. Horseheads 14, Vestal 7.
Wow.
Apparently Vestal was up 7-0. Horseheads has scored 14 unanswered in that ball game.
Watch out for the Raiders. We saw them last week. High snap. Here's the booming kick. Collins waiting at the 40. And he will just barely catch it and before he is set upon at the 43-yard line. So they have used Rodriguez and Muhammad on special teams for the kick, for the punts. But they throw their quarterback in that time around. That could have been a little dangerous, Rance.
Yeah, that was a pretty dangerous situation there for the Hawks. And now we're going to see what the Hawks can do with pretty good field position starting from, looks like they even gave them a better spot, 44-yard line. So they'll start from there with 10 minutes remaining here in the first half.
All right, Phelan checking with the line judge this time in the slot. Rossi, man in motion. And it's a very simple play. They run it through the front door with Muhammad handling the ball. And that was a hard-fought 2 yards gained by Yasir Muhammad.
Yeah, the Corning Hawks are doing everything they can to establish the fullback here tonight in their triple option. It's a very important phase to make sure that that fullback is able to run inside. They were unable to do that last week, which caused them some problems against Vestal's defense. And Coach McAllis trying to establish that with Muhammad. He's got 7 carries from the fullback position for 42 yards so far in this first half.
Well, let's see if Corning is charged up. And a reminder, Interstate Battery, where they have every battery for every need at Route 352 in Corning, bringing you sponsorship of tonight's game. And we also want to mention Gary's Body Shop of Elmira, as well as Elm Chevrolet. Sponsorship on 1410 WBLM. Bob with Rance and Greg looking at a scoreless duel. We just had another update from Seth Poho, who is calling the main Enwell game tonight. And the Spartans had a 75-yard touchdown return. Extra point is good, and they lead 14-0 over Owego.
And an update just in from Johnson City. UE is up 28-6 over Johnson City at the end of the first quarter.
Well, Tommy Belimo and his UE Tigers off to a good start. They defeated Binghamton earlier and leading right now, so we'll be seeing them in the not too distant future. Here's Collins, finds a hole, pitches last minute. That is Muhammad, a little stutter step. They try to strip the ball from him, but he holds on to it. And a second effort, and they still are unsuccessful, they being Binghamton. One of the men on the tackle was Ty Kim Noel. Also helping out was Jeremiah Hines.
So that'll be Corning's 4th first down in this half. So Yasir Muhammad having a great half with 51 yards already.
Well, they have decoyed Phelan and Rossi multiple times, and this is no exception. Split to the left side. And we might have an illegal motion call against Corning as Collins is sacked at the midfield mark.
Yeah, 2 of them moving at once, so they're going to bring that one back, and that play looked like it was going to have some difficulty getting started anyway. A little bit of confusion in the backfield. And right now, the Hawks, I'm sorry, Bob, just suffered their first penalty of the game.
Well, I was going to suggest, Rance, you've been on the coaching sidelines and how frustrating it must be for the mentors of offense tonight for both teams, unable to get untracked.
Right, and they're both offensive teams. They're offensive-minded coaches that are used to scoring a lot of points, and this has been one of those years so far that we've seen a lot of strong defense. Certainly Vestal has shown they can play some good defense. Union Endicott is playing great, as you mentioned. Obviously, Maine Endwell still in the mix. And then in this AA division, Corning played great defense week 1 and only gave up 17 points to Vestal, but the offense needs to be ready to go. So here they come again on 2nd down.
All right, a new alignment for the wideouts. Watson and King to the left. Collins rolling out. He's going to keep the football. Kean Collins slightly built, and once they make contact, that slows him up a little bit. And it was Jeremiah Hines who was able to trip up Collins, and he was knocked down near the original line of scrimmage. It looks like a penalty flag against the Hawks. So that will come back. Corning backpedaling already. Corning would need to get to the Binghamton 36-yard line for a first down. The flag sitting right at the moment at the 46-yard line, and here comes the walk-off. And it's a holding penalty called against Corning. And that will tack on 15 yards all the way back to the 44-yard line of the Hawks.
Yeah, so now they're going to have a second and very long. So both teams now having a little bit of difficulty being consistent and keeping the flags off the field. We've seen lots of flags in the 3 weeks we've covered football, and tonight has been no exception. Both teams now racking up penalty yards.
Motion man Rodriguez, pitch it near side. Oh, is he hit? He was taken down by a tremendous hit by Matt Collins-Pringle. And Rodriguez looking up in the sky, wondering how many different colored stars he sees up there. Not to count the ones on the field.
So far, Binghamton's defense has done a great job shutting down things between the tackles on the inside. And when you play a team like Binghamton, even when you get to the edge like that play right there with Rodriguez, who's a very talented athlete and very fleet of foot, just showing the speed there, the pursuit angles of the Binghamton Patriots. They'll get to you quickly on the outside. So now a third and forever for the Hawks. Looks like Coach Ramil wants a timeout this time.
All right, so a break in the action. Fans scoreless in Corning. 7 minutes to play in the first half.